I was chatting with a mum who said something to me last week that I hear quite often. She said, "My daughter is so creative at home. She builds these incredible things, solves these puzzles that I can't even figure out. But at school, she's labelled as struggling." Honestly, this really gets to me because the problem isn't the child. The problem is that school measures intelligence in one very narrow way. What I wish every parent knew is that intelligence has never just been one single thing. So today we're diving into multiple intelligence, and I promise you this could completely change how you see your children's or your child's struggles at school. So the thing is, most of us grew up in a school system that rewarded one type of brain. If you were good with words or numbers, you were sorted. If you weren't, you learnt pretty quickly to doubt yourself or to say, "I'm not very good at this." And that's still happening today. Traditional schools love linguistic intelligence and logical mathematical intelligence. So that's just translated reading, writing, and numbers logic. If your child doesn't naturally lead with these strengths, they can end up feeling pretty confused, discouraged, or like they don't just get it or they're not good. However, for so many of the kids that I work with, their intelligence is very much there. It's just that it doesn't fit into the boxes that school measures. So, here's a really clever idea that came out of Harvard. A researcher, Howard Gardner, suggested something that changed everything we thought we knew about intelligence. He said, "We don't have one intelligence, we have several. Not one score, not a fixed label, a whole mix of beautiful things." And here's the exciting part. What looks like struggling in one context might actually be brilliance, just waiting for the right environment. Gardner identified 8 types of intelligence, and I'm going to run through them quickly because I bet you'll recognize your child in at least one. Number 1, linguistic intelligence, word smart, kids who love books, stories, and explaining things. They often do really well at school. Number 2, logical, mathematical, number smart, puzzle lovers, question askers, strategy thinkers, also favoured in schools. Number 3, spatial intelligence, picture smart. These kids think in images. They might struggle to write a story but draw a comic that explains it or a picture that explains it perfectly. Number 4, bodily kinesthetic. They need to move. They learn by doing. So an example of this, fractions make sense when cutting a pizza, not when they're trying to figure it out on paper. Number 5, musical intelligence. These children remember patterns in sound like timetables and song form, sorted. Number 6, interpersonal intelligence. These are real people smart. They learn through discussion and talking. They're very good at reading others. So an example of this, they generate brilliant ideas when they can talk them through. Number 7 is intrapersonal intelligence, self-smart. These people are really deep thinkers and they need time to process. Noisy classrooms overwhelm these people quickly, but quiet spaces unlock their thinking. Number 8, naturalistic intelligence, nature smart. They connect with the natural world. So an example of this is abstract science feels hard, but ecosystems and going down to the pond and the sea and the estuary really light them up. So what does any of this matter for your child? Well, when your child is a bright and curious at home, but schoolwork is a daily battle, it's usually because the way they learn best isn't being used. A spatial learner asked to memorise lists, well, they're lost, but give them something to build, then everything makes sense. A kinesthetic learner told to sit still and be quiet, their brain needs movement to learn, and they're not being difficult. A musical learner, they might remember an entire topic put to rhythm, but not just reading plain text. None of this shows a lack of ability anywhere. It simply means that teaching methods and the learner aren't meeting yet. Something really important to remember is many children with dyslexia, ADHD, or other learning differences have incredibly strong intelligences in areas that schools don't emphasise. Kids with dyslexia often shine in spatial, musical, interpersonal, or naturalistic intelligence. Kids with ADHD often excel in bodily, kinesthetic, interpersonal, or spatial intelligence. They need movement, they need hands-on tasks, and they need to be social to engage. The very sad part is their intelligence often goes unnoticed because it doesn't show up in the ways that school measures the most. So, what is it that children actually need? They need different ways to show what they understand, not just written tests. Let them build, draw, talk, demonstrate, record. Multisensory, hands-on learning, real materials, movement, acting out stories, building models, visual and spatial tools, diagrams, colour coding, mind maps, sketching and videos. They need time to explore and reflect, space to ask why, connect ideas and think at their own pace, tools that match their strengths, assistive technology, movement breaks, collaboration, and real-world projects. That's a big list. So what can you do? Notice your child's natural strengths. What is it they do easily? What excites them? Those are your clues. And advocate with your schools and teachers for different learning approaches. Ask for options. Ask for visuals, movement, hands-on tasks and that collaboration. Build confidence for them outside school and let them shine in what they love. Sport, music, building, nature, teamwork. Don't forget to flip the narrative. Instead of you just need to try harder or you just need to focus, try saying, let's find a way that works for you. So your child isn't failing. The system simply isn't seeing how they learn best. I've watched lots of spatial learners who couldn't write, but they can create brilliant visual presentations. I've seen kinesthetic learners who couldn't focus completely absorbed when they can move. And I've worked with musical learners who've remembered everything through rhythm. Putting spelling words to rhythms very powerful. Their intelligence is always and was always there. It just needs the right environment. If your children is losing confidence or dreading school, there is another way. And understanding your child's intelligence, their unique intelligence profile can actually change everything for them. Every child is intelligent. They just need someone who recognises the way their intelligence shows up. If this video was helpful today, feel free to subscribe to my channel or leave a comment. I love hearing your stories and they may help other parents too. Thanks so much for watching today and I'll see you in the next video.